you move on to the Western world, the advanced countries, one key problem when people get to old age, old men and women in the hospital, they die without their children. The excuse of holidays, they have no time. They only go and deposit them in social houses. They have no time for them. It's just like Kamara Bayani Serira. Because you didn't pass through marriage and then showered mercy on them, they also grow not to have any empathy and mercy and any respect at all on you. Why all these things? It is because the divine balance of Allah Azza wa Jal has been tampered with. Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in the Quran that Allahu alladhi anzala al-kitaba bil haqq wal mizan. It is Allah Azza wa Jal that reveals and brings down the book with truth, and then also he brings down a system, a balance, a scale, so that in the application of that particular book, you take that particular prototype, that system that he has given it to the prophet, you see it in their sunnah, you follow that one so that you can establish peace on earth. When you run away from that one, it's a problem. So Allah warns us, Allah tadraw fil mizan, be careful so that the system and balance that I have given you within the book and within the sunnah of the prophet, don't joke with it, don't transgress it, don't break that one. The marriage system, the family system, hold on to it, don't joke with it. If you break it, there will be problems on what? On earth. Why is it that in the Western world and in the so-called advanced world, nobody now wants to marry? The appetite, the motivation and the encouragement for marriage is very, very small, not more than 50%, half. And then those who also marry, more than 50% too, half of it. Two people marry, the next day there is what? Divorce. That concept, the family concept itself and the values itself is not motivating. It doesn't motivate people to marry. And then this particular instinct that Allah has taken control from us, the instinct of lust and sex, that would have pushed us to definitely go and marry. The rules and regulations around that particular instinct that serves as guidance, hudan linnas, for the whole of mankind, we've broken all those particular systems. So nothing at all remains to motivate us to marry or motivate us to want to marry. For example, the principles embedded in the Quran concerning what? Sex. Wala taqrabu zina. Don't go closer to what? Any sex at all that is not through what? Marriage. Don't go closer to it. So if Allah Azza wa Jalla has made the establishment of the family and the marriage as a condition to sex, that we can't have absolute control over that particular sex, if we had hearkened to Allah Azza wa Jal, then definitely everybody would have been creating what? Families. And the unit of the family, there would have been adequate investment towards the quality of the unit of the family and the product that is to come out. Because human being as a product cannot be nurtured and trained without strong responsibility and strong SOPs. So if there are no regulation and regulatory bodies to check this particular factory, then indeed the outcome of it or the product that is going to come out of that one, definitely we don't expect that it should be good. We get people who will get their bodies well developed, but their mind will not develop, and then their souls are not developed, so they pick up guns and then go and embark on what we call armed robbery. You get people that their bodies will be developed, they will be sent to universities, and then their minds will also be developed, but then their heart and the soul is not developed, so they won't pick up guns, but they will rather pick up pens and involve in what we call pen robbery to dupe the whole nation. Billions of what? Cedis. Pen robbery. Then you get people that the mind will be trained, the body will be trained, the heart will not be trained, the soul will not be trained. And we'll be thinking that human being is not enough. Now he needs a cow or he needs a goat. He thinks that male and male, female and female. Why? Because the soul is not what? Trained. So the principle of sex itself, how to get access to sex, because we violated it, definitely the product is that is a war against the family and a war against what? Marriage. Then dressing, the philosophy and then the idea, the concept of dressing itself is changed completely in Islam. By you as a Muslim lady, that Allah Azza wa Jal tells you that you have to dress to show to only your husband. Your beauty is only to your family and then to your husband. Then also In the house you won't dress. It is rather when you are going outside that you dress to go and show. So the aim and the intention and the niyyah is completely contradicting to what Islam and the Sunnah is teaching us, both males and then what, the females. We struggle to show outside and leave the core things. Then we also come to even work, the ideology and the philosophy of work in Islam. We've dismantled it, and then we are now running after the Western world. Right away from beginning, even at the beginning of the creation, let's see how Allah Azza wa Jal tells it that فَقُلْنَا يَا Adam, and we said, oh Adam, إِنَّ هَذَا عَدُوٌّ لَكَ, that this one, you see, it is an enemy to you. You see, Satan and all the teachings of Satan is an enemy to you, so be careful. وَلِزَوْجِكَ, and then also to your wife. فَلَا يَخْرُجَنَّكُمَا, that the two of you, this particular evil should not remove you. يُخْرِجَنَّكُمَا, should not remove you. مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ, from what? The al-Jannah, from the heaven. Then Quran ended that fatashqa, so that you would suffer. Now if you look at all the pronouns in the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal, yukhrijannakuma, the two of you would be removed from what? Heaven. If you hearken, you listen to Satan, the two of you will be removed from what? Heaven. Then he says fatashqa, and then you, the man, you are going to sweat. Fatashkaya would have meant that the two of you, I'm talking about the two of you, but when it got to the hard work on earth, I am saying that you, the man, you are going to what? Suffer about that one. But English, you will just use the you. وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ, if you are the leader, consult those people, your followers, consult them. Then the Quran says فَإِذَا أَزَمْتَ, and when you take your decision, فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ, then resort to Allah Azza wa Jal. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتَ, when you take your decision. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتُمَا, when the two of you male, when you take your decision. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتُم, when plenty of you male, when you take your decision. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتِ, when you as a female you take your decision. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتُمَا, when you two females you take your decision. فَإِذَا أَزَمْتُنَّ, when you plenty females you take your decision. All these things in English language is you. So we've read from the English fatashqa, so that you will suffer and work hard to take care of the family. Now in the heaven everything is free for you, but if you listen to Satan, you are going to go out. And when you go out to maintain this system, you the male, you are to work fatashqa. It is not fatashqaya, but we have taken the Western distance and we have to struggle and let our wives go outside and suffer. Do you underrate the work in the house for the wife? And are you a husband who doesn't pay your wife and think that that particular work in the house is nothing, so she doesn't need any salary? She needs salary. You need to pay her. So that idea of the wife should go outside and work and suffer and get and bring to you, the Quran says fatashqa, it is you. You are the one who is. So because of that, the Quran tells us ar-rijalu qawwamuna ala nisa. It is you, the man, who is what? Being given the obligation of working hard to take care of the wife. It is not the wife who is to work and then take care of what? You, or help you in taking care of what? The family. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy on us.